Okay, you're on.
Hi everyone, Sarah here from the Paper Cut. It is Wednesday night, I think.
Yeah, right. I have no clue what that
It is Wednesday because my mom wasn't here today. So hang on a second. Let's check sound. Ooh. Actually, no sound. Oh, I do have sound.
Okay.
Phew! I must have not hit the button on my phone, so I didn't think I had sound. Anyways, it is Wednesday night. We're here for day 3 of our virtual sale. We have sound, we have video. So, coupon code 250FF. So every time you check out, make sure to enter the coupon code in. If you forget it, just let me know. And I can correct it. If you use a credit card, it's easier for me to adjust it down. If you use a PayPal, then we kind of see where you fall at the end with shipping and all of that stuff. But we do combine all your orders. So every day that you order, and then like if you place a regular order, if you place a bunch of flash sale orders, if you place a comment sold order on Saturday, that's why we hold them all until Sunday. I'll be starting to, enter the ones that are just ones, and then on Monday my mom comes in and finishes collating them all together. Actually, I think she takes them home sometimes on the weekends, but she might be poop soup and not want to do that. So anyways, but yeah, we gather everything together. So if you've placed an order like Monday or Tuesday, on the shipping drop down, click on the shipping drop down, which I think it's right between the coupon code and the payment. Click on the shipping drop down and go down to add on to second, third, fourth order, or add on. This is the second, third, or fourth order I placed this week. If you feel like you've already paid enough shipping because maybe you bought a lot each night and your add-on shipping was higher, you can always select pick up at warehouse. We'll still combine those. And then, like I said, in the end, we, kind of, especially if you're doing comments sold on Saturday, because that's going to automatically charge you $10 shipping. So maybe a couple times during the week, you select pick up at warehouse. And then if I need to send you a PayPal request or, call you on the phone, we just take care of it all at the end when we see what the actual shipping is, depending on which box they can get it in. So anyways, here we are. Flash sale. Are you okay, Mom?
Yeah, I'm okay. I just like to blow my nose.
Okay. She worked today, so I think she's a little bit tired. And so yeah, but this is going to be kind of a play class. This is alcohol ink flowers. It might not be something that you it's something that takes a little bit of patience and a little bit of practice. So anyways, let's go on to our flash sale items. Now, today is cards. So different types of die cut cards, window overlay kits. So I've just got a whole bunch of them in the box in front of me. Now, if you were on our sale page today, you noticed I put some stuff on the front sale page. But you still want to click on the box that's black and red and it says flash sale, because there's other items there, and those are the ones that will only be available for 3 hours tonight. So let's see, we have some layered card kits. So we have this one, a scallop layered card kit, wild cherry, deep blue and white, 530 marked down to 360, and then it comes down to 270 after you enter the sale code. A window overlay one. This one there's a lot of. So some of these are like just overstock where we just have a bunch of them. So this is a 5-count kit, 530 marked down to 3, and then with your discount it's 225. Some circle layered card kits, and these are all the same price. These are normally, and I'll show them, but these are normally 7 marked down to 4, and then with your 25% off they're 3. So fossil grape jelly white, blue raspberry sour apple white. Oh, there's pictures on the front. So picture, and that's what it is. And then this one had a fish picture, but it's just the card bases. So you get the blue raspberry, the sour apple, and the white. And then we have sour apple raspberry white. But again, you don't get the pieces inside, you just get the card bases and layers. Those are 7, marked down to 4, and then with your coupon code, they'll be 3. This is a good autumn one, so fossil, dark orange, and cream. So those. And then we have a mid-size window overlay kit, white and snow cone. I don't have the label on this one, but this one is $6.20, marked down to 4, and then with your discount it's 3. So I think this one, like with snowflakes on it and a snowman in here, I think that's the sample that I had. Let's see. Oh, triple circle window cards with envelopes. Now these are metallic. So if you are a fan of the Cryogen White, which was discontinued, that was one of the curious stocks. That's kind of like not a stark white, it's kind of like an eggshell, and it's got the little tiny specks of glitter in it, and the poison ivory. So these two are discontinued, but Cryogen White, it has the whole, if you like Cryogen White, this one, even if you don't want the triple mini window, the whole back, you can use that as a whole panel on a card. So 10 cards, 10 envelopes. These are $7, marked down to 5, and then they come to $3.75. This is, I think, the only Cryogen White we have left in the warehouse. And I know some people are big fans of that Cryogen White. So get those. Now what's next? Oh, ooh, my box just about tipped over. Triple square mini window. Again, this one I only have, the triple circle, there's 2 pictures on it. There's a cream one, which will be poison ivory, and there's kind of a white circle, which will be Cryogen White. So this is the only one that you need to make a selection. So you'll need to select the poison ivory, which is the cream circle, or the Cryogen White, which is the white circle. But for the triple square mini window, this is Cryogen White only, because we are low on the poison ivory. Again, $7, marked down to 5, and then with your discount code, it's $3.75. The flip-flop card. This is a very long card. So it's a really long card, and I've done it. It's a little bit more difficult card because you have to die cut your own circles in there, and that's why we have the deep edge circles. So this one is the Grocer Craft, and it is 11, marked down to 6, and then with your coupon code it's $4.50. Cream oval magic card. We're doing a magic card on Friday, but not the cream oval. But the cream oval is on flash sale, so $11, marked down to $7.60, and then with your discount it comes down to $5.70, which is almost 50% off. Funky Fold Accordion. This one is the autumn colors. So you get this really nice dark orange, a brown, the green, jelly bean green fossil, and then tangy orange. This one is a 25 count pack. Funky Fold Accordion Earth Variety, 14, marked down to 9, and then with your discount it would be $6.75. And then with all the cards you're going to be making with all those kits, the scored card holders, both in the ice silver, this is the only ice silver left in the building, and the white gold. So these are the scored card holders. $7, marked down to 5, and then with your discount $3.75. So yes, if you like the ice silver and you're just jonesing for some of it, you have a pretty big chunk on here and some other like layering pieces if you want to cut it up and just use it for the ice silver. Otherwise the white gold, because those are both the curious metallics. So, but you could take all of the cards that you ordered and make little sets and give these as like a teacher gift or a neighbor gift or a friend gift. So anyways, that's our flash sale for the night. On the sale page, I did put the pop-out insert kit, which that's this kit, which we've done before. So I just happened to see the sample today, so I grabbed it. So those are the flash sale items. They'll be up until 9, or a little bit later if I fall asleep on the couch. Last night I did pretty good. I got them down at like 9:30, because I think I fell asleep and then I woke up and then I remembered. So, now if you order $25 worth of flash sale items tonight, you are going to get a set of the mini brushes and a tile. And I'll get to the tile when we go down to the table. But if you order $25 in flash sale items, that doesn't include the sale items on the front page. It's the flash sale items that are on the black and red box. You'll get a set of the mini brushes and a tile. So, and then remember, if you order 5 of the 6 events, so if you order flash sale or comment sold, 5 of the 6, then you'll be in the drawing for either the Misty, the Mini Misty, or the glue press. So, and then I was going to throw one more thing in there. Oh, a blower. I'm going to throw a blower in there too. So 4 drawings for anybody that orders 5 of the 6 events, because it's 5 nights plus comment sold. So anyways, here we go. We're going down to the table.
All right.
And if there's any questions.
There you go.
Alrighty. So tonight we are doing flower cards, which we're going to play a lot. Is there a question, Mom?
No.
Okay.
I'm questioning
you
me.
paused a minute.
Yeah, I know.
So I was like, huh. So, okay. So anyways, I'm going to put these away. Okay. This is the tile, because really the inks move really well on the tile. And I thought about putting them in your kits, but then the kits were already like heavy to mail, and I wasn't sure that would do with what it would do with them. So I didn't put them in your kits, but the inks really do move around really well on the tile. So let's go down to our card kits. So you have this kit, and you have this kit, and then you have this package left. So is this my sample? Yeah, that is my sample. So hang on, let me see if I have a non-sample. There we go.
When comment sold is on
Comments hold us on Saturday at 10 o'clock.
Yes.
Now, you don't have to take everything out. I just want to show you that in this kit, there is the card base and the panel, and I thought there was an extra piece. Oh no, there's not. Okay, so we're not even going to start with, we're not going to start with either of the card kits, because it's just, well, there is a piece of Yupo in there. This one has 2 cards in it, so you don't have to open this up. I'm just showing you. This one has a word layer that you can pick different words. It's got 2 envelopes, 2 card bases, 2 layers, and then 2 strips of black, and that's for backing your words. So this is for making 2 of them, and the thanks one is for making the other one. But you can just put all that stuff away for now, because we're mostly going to just play with our Yupo, at least for a while. So I'm going to just set that aside. In here, there are, and I think I opened this the other night. Or, no, I didn't. Okay. So in here is your Yupo. So there are 3 sheets of the cardstock and 2 sheets of the translucent. We are going to trim this first in order to play. So these will be your layers for your card, but I left them as their 8.5 panel. So we're going to chop a hunk off, and you can go ahead and chop a hunk off of 2 of them right away if you want. We're going to chop, I'm only going to chop 1, but we're going to chop a hunk off, and then you'll have your card panel, and then you'll have another thing to play with, because we're going to start out on your play piece. So anyways, at 5 1/8, you are going to trim.
Sarah, one question.
Yep.
Where can we order more of those little brushes?
Well, maybe I'll put them on the website.
Okay.
Right now they're just in that little mini toolkit.
Okay.
So ask me that question tomorrow, because you're going to order, you can order all week. Who's asking that?
Jean Clark.
Jean Clark. Okay. Jean, yeah, ask me tomorrow and I'll see if I can get them on the website.
Or send an email.
Oh, yeah. Or send an email. That's good. Yeah. So, anyways, take one of your pieces of cardstock or your translucent or both if you want and trim it at 5 1/8 because that is going to be your, this is going to be your card layer that's going to layer on your black panels. And then this piece is for playing. So you technically have enough front panels to do 5 front panels and then 5 play pieces. And these aren't necessarily play pieces. Like you could cut this, you know, use it as a panel on a card. It's just going to be, you know, like you could back it with black and you could put a word down here. So even though I say play pieces, you can use it, and it has 2 sides. You can use it so then you can make more cards. But we're gonna play on the little piece.
Nancy YB says yes. Please put them online.
Okay.
She's been searching for them. No success.
Okay, I will put them online.
Okay.
Okay. If I don't remember to do it tonight, ask me again tomorrow.
Okay.
So, we're gonna use our little palette. So I'm trying to get in. I put supplies back, and now my phone doesn't stand up as well because I got too many markers in here.
Okay.
Usually I jammed my phone in my little marker container that's in front of me, and there weren't that many markers in here, so then it stood up. But there we go. Now I took markers out. So anyways, we're gonna start out with our little brushes, which I had a whole pile of them sitting
Stephanie
here.
says Amazon has a lot of different ones.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks,
So
Stephanie.
yep. So we have our little brushes, and we're gonna start with our paint palette. Now we're gonna put ink in our paint palette, and you don't want to put too much in there at one time because it is alcohol. So it's gonna evaporate and it's gonna dry up. So you don't want to like say, oh, I want to use all these colors and like fill these because it's just gonna waste your ink. So you really just want to put in there the little bit that you're gonna use. And I'm gonna start out with Wild Plum. And I just put 3 drops in there, and I'm gonna go to like Honeycomb. And then I think I'm gonna grab a purple too. Maybe I'm not gonna grab the purple yet. And then you also want your little, if you got the mini toolkit, it came with 2 of these little bottles and a funnel. So then you could take your alcohol, where did my alcohol go? Here it is. And when I'm saying blending solution, I am just referring to this 91% alcohol. So 91% isopropyl alcohol, big bottle of it is really cheap. So and the little funnel we gave you is so you can take the lid off and you can dump from here to there without making a mess. So, and you only want to fill it like a third or less full, because when you tip it, the ink or the alcohol just starts dripping out. So you've got a little bit more control, where if you have it filled all the way, you only need to tip it a little bit where it starts coming out. Here we can control it a little bit more because we didn't fill it up. So anyways, we're going to start out with our little brushes, and this is just playing to get used to the little blower. We're going to make about a nickel size, and you can do a couple different colors if you want, because then you'll kind of see how your colors are going to blend together. Once you put them on there, you can use your blower and dry them. Now if you blow straight down, well, mine dried a little bit already, but if you blow straight down, that ink's going to spread out. If you blow to the side, mine are dry already, so I can't.
Oh gosh. Oh my goodness.
That's okay. But once you put your inks down there, if you blow in one direction, that's where it's going to blow. If you blow straight down, it'll go out. So we want to kind of make a drop on there and then dry it. And if you dry the outsides first, then you can blow straight down and it'll dry in a circle. So when you first put it on there, if you take your blower and you kind of blow around the outside, you'll dry the perimeter off, and then you can blow straight down. Now, just to get used to our little bottles, and when I'm blowing, I like to hold it in my right hand, and I hold it like this. So I'm just kind of pushing with my fingers over here. I hold it at this angle, and I hold it with my right hand best. So, and it's hard for me to make that all the way around. So it's easier actually for me to turn my paper than it is to actually, I'm just more comfortable like that. So you kind of have to figure out where your comfort level is. So, and now we're not necessarily going to put drops in the middle, but just go ahead and put a drop in the middle right now, because then you can kind of see if you put a drop in the middle and you blow straight down, it goes out in all directions. If you put a drop in the middle of a different one and you blow at an angle, you know, that's going to be what the motion you're going to be doing for making our flower petals. But actually that's kind of pretty too. So so you're just kind of practicing with your blower, and see when other colors are there, how it picks up both colors, even though we blew in this direction. But it went over that yellow and it's kind of picked up that too. So yeah, just kind of practice getting used to blowing at an angle versus blowing straight down, because the angle is what is going to get you your flower petals. So if I put just a drop where my ink is concentrated on the edge and I blow out, that's kind of how you're going to get your petals. Now, you can blow soft, and so we're still just kind of playing. We can blow really soft, and then it's a little bit more controlled. Or if we put a bigger drop there and we just hit it really hard, then you kind of get this bigger petal like that. And when I was in a class, people were calling those potato chips. But maybe it's just a different kind of flower than what has, you know, those. So this is you're just kind of playing and getting used to it. So if you do that and you blow really hard, you can come in from the sides to control it. So if it's spreading out one way or the other, you can control it by blowing along the edge of it. So here, let's go to our yellow. See how we can kind of push that over? And as we keep blowing it off and blowing it, the alcohol evaporates and then it leaves the color there. So that's kind of the basics. When I'm making the longer petals like this, drag it, and then it has alcohol to flow on. So it's much easier when it has alcohol to like kind of follow along with.
Ooh, that's fun.
Yeah, and it's okay. You're going to lose the middle of that flower, but I mean, this isn't even a flower. This is just us playing, getting used to it. But it's okay that you're going to lose that middle part. But you really kind of want to be at an angle like this, and you can blow soft so you're a little bit more controlled, or you can blow harder and that's going to push it further. So you can keep practicing as much as you want. I'm going to go on to probably my bigger one. Well, actually, let's go on. I'm going to go to a different practice one. I have some other practice ones right here. And I'm just going to show you that, because I'm going to show you with two colors. And whenever you're comfortable and you want to go to one of your bigger swatches, you can. But see how I was holding this, you know, and blowing at the same time. So I was putting a little bit down, blowing. So I'm going to start with, let's see, I'm going to start with a purple this time. And darker colors tend to work a little bit better because you're adding the alcohol to them, so it's bleeding out a little bit. And then I'm going to grab my honeycomb too. So now we're going to play with 2 colors. So again, I'm going to make my, and when you're making a bigger flower, then start with a bigger circle.
So the first dot is dry and the alcohol lets it spread out when you blow on it?
Yes. You dry your dots. So I put my dot down and I dried it. And like I dried around the outside and then I dried in the middle. You want it fully dry. That's why you have to be patient because, yeah, you just have to be a little bit patient. It's not going to come right away. Yours might look like potato chips, and I'm sure my mom can find a flower for you that has potato chip like petals. Right?
Yeah.
She's too tired. You should see her. She's almost fallen asleep on the other side.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to keep her here super late tonight.
Flower that looks like a potato chip.
It's just got, instead of the petals that go like narrow like that,
Yeah.
it's just bigger potato chip shape. So I have my purple, and I'm going to go and I'm going to put my butterscotch, and I'm not using butterscotch, I'm using honeycomb around it. And you could do blue around it too if you wanted. So I'm going to just do that. And then I'm going to dry it. Dry.
Potato.
Sometimes your hands get tired. My hands get tired.
Shaped.
She's Googling it.
Petals. Google's going to say, are
The
you
Google's going to say, what
really? It shows me some. It shows me some.
Google's going to think you're on drugs. Like, what are you searching here, lady?
So it shows me some flowers made out of potato chips. Roses.
So anyways, now I have 2 colors. So now it's going to pull in my purple and my yellow. So let's just put 1 drop there, and I'm just going to do the drop. I'm not going to drag it out. I'm just going to do 1 drop, and then I'm going to, but then we got some yellow mixed in with our purple. Now if we drag it out, so say we drag it, and we can do that all the way around. And you can come back, like if I wanted to come back and add, well, I would go all the way around first, but, oops, let's see if I have.
Well, it's showing me how to make crispy potato roses. A gorgeous side dish.
I'm going to add a little bit of purple there, just because I want a more purple. So let's see what happens now.
Okay, I'm going back over here.
So yes, if your flower petals are too far apart and you want to, where you don't have the concentrated, you can always add some with your little brush. And you can kind of shape those. Dodge is wondering what we're doing in here.
Hey, Dodge. He heard us say potato chip.
Oh, yeah, he heard us say potato chip.
He said you brought pizza in and you didn't give me but a crust.
We did give him a little bit of pizza.
Did you hear us say potato chip? Dodge. He looks like a red bone. I don't know what he is.
I think he's some type of hound.
Elvis Presley's hound dog.
So, but that's how you can do different layers, because we have our first layers of petals, and then we can go back and add a little bit more color. And if it's not going out quite far enough, you can add a little bit more blending solution. And just actually shoot that blending solution off of here. So we can add, like in between here, we can add, purples, just to have different layers of petals.
Kathleen Ressler Moore will like that because purple is her favorite color.
Purple and yellow makes a little bit of brown, but you still see a little bit of like probably the yellow and the wild plum would have been better, but that's okay. We're playing to figure out what's working for us. Oop, now I just made a big flower petal because I added way too much. But this is where you can come in from different sides. And don't worry if that middle part looks a little mucked up, because we're going to actually go and add some black to the middle.
Kathleen likes the drag effect better.
Yeah.
Yeah, you too?
Yeah, I do too. I think it works easier because your ink has something to push along.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try it different because that was a pretty deep
Stephanie's
purple.
confused. She said, are you using blending solution or alcohol to drag those colors out?
I'm using, in here is my 91% alcohol, which I'm also referring to as blending solution.
Okay.
So my 91...
Yes. The answer is yes.
The answer is yes. My 91% alcohol I refer to as blending solution just because my instructions had so much alcohol ink. So I am calling it, your 91% alcohol is your blending solution.
Okay.
Now there is the blending solution that you can buy that's very expensive, that is technically blending solution, which is the 91% alcohol just with some glycerin added. So yes, Jill, it does take practice. So I'm gonna use a lighter color purple.
Okay, so on YouTube, let's see who's here saying something.
And I'm gonna add just some purple.
Mona says, is there a smaller blower? This one almost slips out of my hand. I got small hands. That's not blower. That's not sucker, right?
Yeah, there is a smaller blower, just because I had a smaller one while I was playing with it, and I just didn't get as much blowing. I'm adding more alcohol, just purple, just because I want to pull just my purple, so I can get purple around. So, and this is just playing. I haven't done this color combination, so. Who said that, Mona?
Mona.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's got these little nubby things on there, so maybe, because you can even just grip it you don't have to have your whole hand around it. Even if you just grip it a little bit, on there's these different sections. If you just grip it, have one open section and grip it on the sections on the other side of it.
Okay.
You don't have to wrap your whole hand around it. It's soft enough that I think you can just do that and still get some good blowing out of it. But when we go over it with, a little bit more, then we add another little layer there. And if you don't blow as hard, you just do little soft blows, then your ink, you can keep it a little bit more concentrated right in there. Yes, I definitely like doing and as you're getting it towards the end of the paper, you can blow it hard just to shoot it off the paper. I definitely like the pulling it.
So Kathleen says, how would it look with the yellow on the inside and the purple on the outside, Sarah?
Well, let's try it.
Yeah.
I'm going to try it on mine. But anyways, I'm going to just set that aside to dry, because then we can go to some black. I'm using my translucent. So yeah, let me do yellow on the inside. And we have black, because you'll put black over that middle part.
Oh, Mona gave you a thumbs up. Must have worked for her, grabbing it just on the... Not wrapping your hand all the way around it.
Yep. I think it's soft enough that you can, you don't have to have your hand all the way around it. So first I dried it on the inside. You know, I dried it around the outside. Then I'm drying it on the inside. Then I'm going to put a little bit of purple. And I'm going to, let's see, do I still have purple? Nope, that one's dry. So let's see if I have this purple.
I was tired today starting out at work. I just was dragging.
Oops. I didn't do that very controlled. I should have just done a smaller. Yeah, you look like you're dragging a little, Mom.
Yeah, I am dragging.
Okay, we're going to dry that. I didn't go all the way around. I can add more ink later. I can do a different color on half of it. Actually, let me try the wild plum, because that'll be the pink. Or I could try blue on part of it too, to see what the yellow does with the blue. It should make a little bit of green. And we're still just playing. And when you feel comfortable, then you can go to your big one. And if you don't like it, you can always take your alcohol / blending solution, put a bunch of it on there and wipe it off. And I'll show you that in a minute. I'm going to try blue just on the side of this yellow.
What inks are those, Sarah?
These are the Ranger ones.
Ranger.
Ranger alcohol inks.
Okay.
Okay, so now I've got 3 different colors with the yellow in the middle, so we'll see what happens with 3 different colors. Now I'm just drying it. That's the pink. This is pink and purple. It's purple down one side, pink down the other. So you don't get much of the yellow when you do it this way. A little bit. I could see a little yellow come through right there. But yeah, you don't get as much of the yellow when you do the yellow on the inside. I'm going to dry this whole thing. See, I've got a bigger flower petal right there. And these aren't like totally like realistic flowers. They're like more abstract flowers.
Yes. New Age flowers.
But yeah, so you can go with the bigger flower petal, or you could go with the more narrow flower petal. And we can come in and add some purple here so we can get our petals in between. Oop, that's my more potato chippy one, because I added a lot of blending solution, and now I'm kind of...
Oh, I like that, and that yellow came down.
Yep, the yellow did come down, but I'm kind of reining it in. So I'm going to add a... So yeah, the yellow came down a little if my bigger drop was in that center part. Let's see how you can kind of shape your flower petals by kind of blowing at the edges, and that kind of stops them from spreading.
Yeah, I like those multiple colors too,
Mm-hmm.
Kathleen.
Yeah, so I can't see what you're doing, so you guys just play and go to it. And if you're struggling, yes, it does take a little bit of practice. It's not something that you might get right away.
Oh, I like that.
And I'm just on my play paper right now. Which, like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be your play paper. It could just be your, a littler swatch that's going to go on a card. So I want to see if I can get something coming out right here in this open spot. Oops, don't think I went in far enough. And if you don't like your outer edges, out here, you can always trim that off. So I think I might actually I think I want a little bit more color right there. So I'm going to add a little bit oops, that one, my well is dried up. So I'm just going to go with the color because I want to fill that part in a little bit. So I can add just a little tiny bit of color there. So yeah, this class is more not going to be you follow along and make exactly what Sarah's making. It's kind of going to be you just play until you're happy with what you're doing, and then, oops, I put my blower down. And then you stop when you get one, and you're going to use whatever words you want. So the one kit has the word thanks, and the other kit has just a sheet of words.
Stephanie says that reminds her of an orchid right now.
Yeah, and I'm going to stop here shortly. I said that before, didn't I?
Yeah.
I do want a little bit more coming down this way. But maybe I'm just going to stop. So anyways, I'm going to blow this dry. I'm going to actually set that one aside for a minute.
Are there blowers for sale still, Sarah? Do you have them on the website? Can I go there or not?
Oh, well, I have blowers, but I didn't put them on the website. Because I didn't, yeah.
Okay.
I didn't put them on the website because blowers are something that I don't want to discount the 25%.
Yes,
So,
got it.
And I didn't want to confuse the situation and say not everything is discounted.
So
if you want a blower, I do have them. You
Send
can
an
contact me, send me an email.
okay.
I'm going to put a little black in here. I'll put them on after the sale. But yeah, it's just because it's an accessory, there's not really room in there to mark them up. So I'm going to just put black in. Now this one's going to have a big center. I'm going to put black in the center of this. And it has a big center because I made this one big. And I'm going to dry it. And I might blow a little bit of this out. I might add a little bit more color and then drag it out.
Oh, I like that the way it looks right now. Stop.
I think I'm not going to stop, and I might screw it up, but let's see.
Fair enough. I like watching artists because I think it's not looking right, and then I think it's looking perfect, and then you work some more and it looks more perfect.
Well, I don't know that that's going to happen, so
Okay.
we're just going to try. I'm going to play, and who knows. So if you are not sure what color, like you can't tell what color is on this tip, well, now I can if I do that. You can actually just put a little bit of blending solution on there, and then you'll be able to see what color it is. I'm going to go around the black with purple, and I'm just going to bleed this all out just a tiny bit more. And I don't know if that's the right thing to do. We'll see. So I'm playing now myself. And I don't know if it's going to work, but
There are no set rules for this.
no, there's no set rules. And if I can't play in front of you all, who can I play in front of, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, crudness, too much. Or maybe not. I wasn't ready with my blower right away. There's my potato
Oh.
chip.
Mm.
And depending on how you blow, you'll get these little streaky things at the end. But so you get a little bit of that black in there too. Okay, I think I kind of effed it up a little, but that's okay. It's a different flower. I know why, because I started not being patient and going slow. I started going fast. And that's a recipe for disaster. But then I've got those little veins in there. So yeah, slower does work better. Patience.
Ev would tell you that.
What?
Patience.
Patience. Patience. You have to have patience. That's what he says when he's watching TV. Or when the commercials come onto the TV. He gets angry.
Oh, Sarah, that is really looking lovely.
Okay, well, I'm going to stop. I'm going to put a black center in it again so I can get back to that. That's what I started.
This reminds me of when I was sponge painting and I couldn't get it the way I wanted it, and then finally we
kept
just
going.
took patience.
Patience. Patience, yeah. My flower petals just went away when I kept going. I should have stopped.
It's lovely, Sarah.
Okay, we're going to dry it all the way. And I am going to put my black center back in.
Big or little?
Oh, now I didn't want it as big as it was before, so
Okay.
now I can make it smaller, which is what I wanted. Again, I don't remember which one has black on it, but So the pens, the Posca pen and the Micron pen. Now, somebody asked about blowers.
Yes.
I have some used blowers.
Are these little brushes one-time use only, Sarah?
You can wash them with your alcohol blending solution.
Okay.
But they're disposable, so it's not like you're going to use them forever. They're going to wear out and you're going to throw them out.
Yep.
But anyways, if anybody wants a used blower, they've only been used in class. And yes, I do have those. So, and I have new ones. If you want a new one, they're $14. If you want a used one, we'll do $11.
All right. Do you just email Sarah, right?
Yeah.
Sarah, SARAH at thepapercut.com.
Yeah. So for this next step, you're going to want to make sure it's totally dry.
Okay, Linda Beyer, if you would email Sarah, that would be great. Sarah at thepapercut, SARAH at thepapercut.com or info at thepapercut.com.
Yeah. Do you want to write her name down just because I'll now watch for an email to come through?
All right.
Okay. So now if you have like a Posca pen or just a regular, like a pigment ink pen, it's got a pretty fine tip. So once you have your black center, you can go on there and dot it. Very ununiform. Now sometimes it does pick up the color that's underneath. So if purple is underneath, they might turn a little bit pink. And you can blow it some more. Oh, don't blow it too hard with your Posca. Just soft, because otherwise it spreads out. And once it's totally dry, you can take your Micron pen and you can draw a little.
Now all we need is a bee in there.
The
Or a
little
butterfly.
stamen thingies. And even if you want to put white dots on the end of these, you can.
Yeah, could you replicate that flower, sir? No two flowers are ever the same.
Absolutely not. No way, Jose.
Oh, yeah. You hear that, Kathleen? Yep, Sarah's not going to replicate it.
Did she ask that? Okay. So even though it kind of looked like a muck in the beginning, or, once you add that center there, then you get a whole different look.
Yep.
So we lost our center because your center ends up getting blown out. And remember, these are just my little playthings. So I'm going to go on to one of my big ones in a little bit.
What color are you using for the center, Sarah? Is that just a black?
It's black, yeah. Just black alcohol ink.
Okay.
And you can blow, if you don't want it so uniform, and once you're comfortable, you can blow, you can add a little blending solution and blow it. Otherwise, I kind of just like dotting it uniformly on the edge. And you can see this one is not, they're not totally white. It picked up a little bit of color underneath. And I don't know if there's a way to stop that. So yeah, you don't have to use black in the center. If you want to use just something that coordinates here, you could do that. I don't know that you could use a yellow, like it won't come out yellow. I think it has to be a little bit darker. Now the one other thing that we're gonna add to this, if you want to, is flicking or splattering of your ink. With the Posca pen, you don't need to push real hard. It's just a really light touch. And if you feel comfortable, you can draw longer little stameny things coming out, and you can add white dots to the end of those too if you want. So you could add your little white dots here. Now make sure it's really dry before you do this. I probably went on to the white before my black was dry. All right. So I'm going to set those aside. Oh, I was going to go on to the flicking, which I need another palette. I used all of my wells of my palette, so hang on a second. I've got other ones around here. Oh, actually, I've got one right here in my room. Bigger paint palette. So you, in one of your little wells, you could just put blending solution, and then you're going to take a clean brush, which I don't know if I have one. Okay, we can take a clean brush in here, and we can flick it. So if you want to add splattering, you can. So I just did some little bit of splattering on there by just dipping it in my blending solution. Where the splatter dots are big, they'll kind of bleed out. Where they're small, they stayed nice and small. And if you blow on them right after you lay them down there, then they're not going to bleed out as much. But yeah, you can add the little bit of splattering if you wanted to also. So I'm going to put these two off to the side. All right, I think I'm going to go to an actual piece of cardstock. Actually, I'm going to go to one more that I'm going to just show. For the cone flower. So the cone, now if you're getting the special, the $25 in the flash sale items, you're going to get the tile, and it moves even more so on the tile than it does on the paper. So it's really easy to move it on the tile, like boom, all the way down. So go ahead when you get that, which it's going to be a bit for us to ship our stuff, but give that a whirl. So the cone flower, we're going to start out with our black, and we're going to kind of make a U, like a, what is that, a crescent moon? Is that a crescent? Like this?
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at me. My mom is tired. We got to get her out of here pretty soon.
She's pretty quiet tonight.
She's just looking at me with a blank stare.
Yeah. Well, coneflowers, coneflowers are pretty interesting because they can have a pink center, a dark pink center, an orange center, a dark brown center.
Yep. Well,
green center. Depends upon the color of the flower. My white ones have green and yellow centers, my white coneflowers.
Right at the moment, I don't know which colors I have on which. This is purple.
I love coneflowers.
Echinacea.
Echinacea. I'm allergic to echinacea.
We're going to do a blue coneflower. What's echinacea?
What's echinacea?
Uh-huh.
It's
Well, because you just said you're allergic to echinacea.
well, echinacea is used for years and years and years and years for lots of different health things, and one of them is it helps chase away colds.
Uh-huh.
And so when I thought I had picked up a cold when I was on a cruise one time, usually you take it before you're going to.
That's Dodge.
Before you're going on a cruise, you would take it before so that you're going to be on the cruise with 2,000 of your nearest and dearest friends.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want all those germs. So it made my throat close up.
Oh, okay.
Oh
That's not
my
good.
gosh. Thought I was dying.
Oh yeah, Linda Folgers has said homeopathic remedies.
Yeah.
So, anyways, Diane asked if we had our pizza tonight. We did have our pizza tonight.
Yeah.
We had our Paula's perfect. Anyways, like a crescent or a half moon of black and then a color below it. And I might have mixed my colors.
It's
and
a smile. I like that answer, Diane. Is it a crescent moon? It's a smile.
So we're going to push all of those.
Did you see the full moon last night? Oh my word, it was so gorgeous.
I did not see the full moon last night.
You didn't? Oh, when we left here, Sarah, if you looked over your left shoulder, you would have seen it.
I'm not getting my ink going down as far as I want, so I'm not real happy with this one. Hi, Dodge. Hi, Dodge. I'm going to see what happens if I do a little bit of green on here.
Echinacea is also used quite often for
Oh, what is Sarah doing? I'm talking. Forget it. I just took my alcohol ink, what I'm not supposed to do, and I put it right on there, so.
Echinacea might
I'm talking and I'm forgetting what I'm doing. Now, echinacea what?
it may help lower blood pressure.
Uh-huh. If you don't like what you're doing, alcohol ink.
It may reduce anxiety. Maybe you need some echinacea to reduce your anxiety.
maybe I do. So
It may help lower blood sugar levels. Hello, nice boy.
even though that won't work for another flower card, you could use it for a background card. Or I'm going to just turn it over.
Human-based research on the effects of echinacea on blood sugar is lacking.
Maybe it'll work better with a drink of alcohol.
Well, I guess I better get back here with doing the things I'm doing. It was full moon, yes, it was. It was gorgeous, and a partial eclipse around 9:30. Yes, it was.
Oh, there was a partial eclipse.
Partial, yes.
All right, back on track, Sarah.
Dodgy, we ate up all the pizza. It was an 8-inch pizza. Hello, sweet boy.
I'm going to try mermaid instead of stream. But yeah, I can definitely see how you would need more of the little...
Sarah, have you had this dog out lately?
Yeah,
Okay,
he was out at
okay,
4.
all right. What? What, Dodge?
Now I did see something else, and I'm going to try this. So hang on one second, I want to try something. I saw somebody else do this, where they put a different color about a half an inch away down here.
So
Okay.
Diane, that pizza that we had tonight came from a little local pizzeria called
Pizza King.
Pizza King, yeah. I don't think that's a national chain, is it?
No, I don't think so
No.
either. Okay, so we're going to try that really good. I haven't tried this, putting two colors a little bit further apart, but I'm going to try it.
So I think Pizza King has got a couple of locations in Appleton, right? One
Yeah.
on Northland, not too far from the paper cut.
That's where the one is that you went.
Yes. And
So you get a little bit of the black, the blue, and then the green. That's kind of pretty.
That's lovely.
Oops, I'm running out. I'm running out of my blending solution.
Those colors go well together. Yeah, they do.
I
don't
like
they?
that. And that, I like how that works. Oops. Oops. Oops, I wanted this to go further down. Oops. I'm running out of alcohol.
Oh no. We need to get. I saw a whole big bottle over there.
So now, depending on if it's humid, like I had little dots on there, and if it's humid where you live, like you might get some like condensation in there, so you might see some of that too. See, if we just keep going, we keep getting the different layers in our flower. But see these little things, these little spidery things that are coming off of there? I think that's from the condensation, which it makes kind of a different, unique effect.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might stop pretty soon with my, here I say that and then I do it again. Okay, so I think I'm going to stop there, which I know I said that before. And then I'm going to go with my black on the top. I almost did my black out of my alcohol right onto the paper, which I'm used to doing. And I had to mentally stop myself. So I'm going to put my little cone at the top. If you trust yourself, which I'm not going to futz with mine, but you can put a tiny bit of blending solution there and blend that out so you don't have the harsh line there. But I am going to just stop there. And I'm going to dry it, and then we'll do our little white.
Almost looks like a watercolor, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Well, with the different colors in there, with the blue and then the green and then the black pulling down, you get some real depth to your flower. And I think I'm going to use this one and mount it just like I said, where you don't have to necessarily use the full piece. You know, when you cut your longer pieces at the 5 and what did I say, the 5 and 1/8, you know, this is the hunk that's left over. This one might even be a little bit smaller. So anyways, I'm going to use that to make a card. I'm just not even going to do the full piece. I like my little practice piece that I did here, and I'm going to just mount it differently. I'm going to take my black layer and back it, and then I'm going to do my word on the bottom. So yeah, basically in your kit you can do whatever you want with the mounting pieces and the layers and the words. So, but it does take some practice. So don't get discouraged. And remember, in the beginning, it's an abstract flower. And until we filled in the middle, like you kind of lose the middle, but you're going to add the middle back in with some black or whatever color you want.
Yeah, Nancy YB says, I'm going to have to practice a lot before risking this good stuff for the cards.
Well, and that's why there was 5 pieces in there. So you had 5 little pieces and 5 big pieces. And if you're getting the flash sale special with $25, you'll get the tile. And again, the tile, it moves like really easily on there. And maybe I want to splatter on here too. Where did I have a clean one for splattering?
Maybe you want some glossy accents on there.
Oh, yeah, you could do glossy accents on there too. So now you could splatter with one that has a little bit of ink on it, and that will give color splatters. Like if I had a tiny bit of ink on here. Alright, so now maybe in our kit, in one of the kits there is just your cards and your black layer. So now instead of doing a whole piece, you know, I could back it like that, or I could just back my flower, which is what I think I'm going to do.
Oh, man, that really looks...
What?
That's smashing.
Yeah, I like that one. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry for a second. And I might even trim a little bit off the top. Now what will really tick me off is if I screw it up when I'm trimming it. But I'm going to try really hard not to. Actually, did I trim straight or did I trim crooked?
What?
I don't know. I was trying to be very gentle with it, and I think I trimmed crooked. Alright, so let me just, I'm behind trimming, so you guys do what you want to do. I'm going to make sure it's all the way dry. Alright, that makes me nervous turning it over, but I'm going for it. Okay, now I'm going to trim behind. So you guys just keep playing. Whenever you feel like you have one that you want to actually mount as a card front, then you do you. So I think I'm going to pop that up just like that. So
Very artistic look. I love it too, Diane. I just love this look. I think even I could do this.
you could do this, Mom. And with it being abstract, it doesn't have to be perfect. You know,
Oh, it's perfectly abstract.
it's perfectly abstract, yes. See, now this is on the translucent. And if we put it on, oh, I just want to show this. If we put the translucent on white, see how that stays white behind there?
Mhm.
But if we put the translucent on a piece of black, okay, so our translucent on white, and that's our translucent on black. See how it changes it a little bit depending on the translucent, what you
Yep.
layer it on? So
Yeah.
light and bright, and that kind of dulls it a little bit. But it's just on what you want to, what look you're going for.
Diane said this would work well for seaside backgrounds for cards. Yeah, this is kind of beachy, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. And then our words in here, you have a different, you have different words, so you could just put a little tiny word down at the bottom if you wanted to. Which I think I'm going to do that. Oops. And I think I'm going to pop those up. And I could have put this guy, I don't know if I can get him off now, but I could have put him in the middle and then put the birthday wishes right there. But I think I'm just going to put my birthday wishes right. I think I'm going to go down in the bottom. I don't know. I really wish I would have put my thing in the center, because then I would put him down in the bottom, overlapping the flower.
You could put it right underneath it, Sarah.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do originally.
Right on the, whatever that is, your left.
That's
Or
it.
right under. That works too. I'd like it up just a little higher. Oh, you put it down. Okay. Different strokes, different folks.
No, I'm just going to put it right there. Yeah, usually I would go off to the side.
What does that say anyway?
Birthday wishes.
Oh, okay.
Well, now that I've ripped my paper, now I have to put it there. All right. Okay. So I made one. Yay! It's 7:30.
Love it. Looks great. Yes.
So really, in that, we played. I think I will. Let's see. So yeah, we did a couple different things, and then we did, or I did, the coneflower. I don't know what you all have been working on, but you do you, and you play a little bit longer. I think I'm gonna bug out so I can get my mom home to bed. Well.
Yeah.
And I'll try to get the little brushes online. So yeah, you guys go ahead and play, because that's what it's going to take to keep going. Like this one, I started a couple centers. This one I didn't like right here, so that's where I put my words right over the top of them. And that's kind of the coneflower, but it's a bigger version of the coneflower, and then a really big flower. So this one you're going to start with a bigger one and just go with some different colors on there, and then you can do your thanks on there. So, or if the flower making is not for you, if you're like, I don't have the patience for this, you can always just do different backgrounds where you're just blowing the inks around or tapping the inks or whatever you want. Oh, let me show you one other thing where I kind of made a blob and then I defined it a little bit more. Hang on one second. It's in one of my kits back here. Here it is. So this one, I didn't really like how it was turning out, but then I just took the center and I drew the leaves on there to add the definition.
Oh,
So it
nice.
didn't look like a flower beforehand,
Mm-hmm.
but then when I drew the flower petals on there,
Yes.
okay,
You hand drew those?
I hand drew that, yeah. So I just with the little micron pen, I just started with one flower petal and made a couple and had some going off, and so yeah, I just
Wow.
hand drew that on there because I kind of had a blobbity blob there
I like that.
and I didn't like it, so I drew my flower petals on there just around the color.
Mm-hmm.
So in which case I'm going to cut off down here and probably mount it on a square card. So
Very nice.
anyways, that is the
Do
alcohol
you sell the
ink.
little brushes? There's the question again.
Yeah, there's the question. I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna put the little brushes online. How's that?
Okay, Linda, you heard it here first.
Yeah. So, anyways, thanks for joining us tonight. Keep playing, keep practicing. I'm sure your flowers look great, and we'll see you tomorrow night for brush blending and stenciling.
And I will not be sleeping.
And she won't be sleeping because she's gonna sleep in tomorrow.
So Gina said she didn't see any related kit on your site in the sales section, and it sounds like you have mentioned one. I missed the beginning.
On the class kits are normally on the class page, but we did sell out of this class kit. So on the sale page is the flash sale items. So on the sale page there's a big black box with some red writing that says daily flash sales, and so that's what we were talking about in the beginning of class, that the flash sales are there and change every day. The class kit for this was on the class page, but we did sell out of it. But if you want one, go ahead and email me. There's some people that emailed me last night about the Christmas kits, which I will get back to tonight because Becky did make those today. And I believe that there's some stuff that we could still make a few more alcohol kits. So even though it's taken down, if you want an alcohol ink kit, email me and I can still probably get you one. So
That was Gina Linville, and she said thanks. It was the class kit that I missed. Have a great evening.
yep, thank you.
Okay.
So all right, we're gonna bug out of here so my mom can get home to bed. We'll see you tomorrow night. Bye guys.